Hi class. It starts with the eastbound through and the westbound through. Okay. So what is the eastbound through, westbound through? Let's go back to here. So eastbound through and westbound through is 4 and 8 right here. Tell me when the red is ending. The green phase starts at the very beginning, right? So the red time is ending at 0. 0, okay. So how long the green time is? 30 seconds. That's 30, right? I think we're pretty much done with the westbound and eastbound. Let's go back to the fading diagram. It follows by the northbound and southbound movements. So when is the end of the red for this one? You can see the barrier is crossed right here, right? Tell me when. Think about that. 30 seconds plus 4 seconds yellow time, right? And plus 1 second all red time. Okay, so that's 35. put in the signal controller right now. Okay, so let's start from the northbound also. Next step is that we need to go to use the signal heads. Select the signal heads. You say here's the stop bar. We move the cursor to here and right click. And here's very important. So the link is the one you just put, right? And the signal group and signal phase 2, red for phase 4, red for phase 6, and red for phase 8 also. Then the very last moment, it's more obvious. Red, 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 red. Okay, so we have pretty much covered all red time. And we got 4 seconds yellow time, and we got 30 seconds green time for all of them. So pretty much have this configured. And after then, we just close this one. Yes, to save the changes. You can see another new file. That's for the traffic signal configuration. It's automatically generated. It's in the extension of .sig. Okay, so we click OK. And make sure you save it. So in that case, you can see here we have created a new signal controller, which means we have installed a new traffic signal controller in the signal cabinet near the streets. Okay, but at this moment, do we have installed any traffic signal heads? No, there's nothing on the master arm, right? We don't have anything installed. We just have the signal controller. So the next step is we need to place the traffic signal heads. Envision traffic signal heads is at the location of the stop bar you want to place. Okay, and we need to associate each signal heads with an appropriate signal group. For the signal group is the NEMA phases we put in the signal controller right now. Okay, so let's start from the northbound also. Next step is that we need to go to use the signal heads. We select the signal heads. You say here's the stop bar. We move the cursor to here and right click. And here's very important. So the link is the one you just put, right? And the signal group and signal controller. So what is signal controller? We have only one signal controller, right? It's controller 1. So what is this signal group? It's northbound through, right? Okay, select the northbound through. What's the type of it? Circular, left arrow, right arrow invisible. For sure it is the circular, because we don't have dedicated left turn lanes. It's all through phases, so it's circular type. We'll click OK. So let's add this one. It's circular type. So westbound through. Add this one. Southbound through. Okay. This one. Eastbound through. Okay, so far we have added 4 different signal heads here. And then we can run the simulation. And to verify the traffic signal phasing and timing. Pretty good. Running the yellow. Okay, it works. No problem at all. Okay, but you might still see the collision. Why? Because the vehicles are not yielding to each other, right? We have not configured the yielding behavior, so which means the right turn on red vehicle might not yield to the oncoming traffic. If a vehicle turning right on red, when the vehicles of here are receiving the green signal, that vehicle will not yield to this one, because we have not configured the yielding behavior. The same thing will happen to those vehicles that are turning left. Turning left to here, if they have oncoming traffic here, this guy will not yield to those guys. So we need to configure the yielding behavior. Like this one, see that? We have a collision because of the lack of the yielding behavior. So let's do this. Stop the simulation and start to create the priority rule. So let's go back to the sheet. As we need to create the priority rules. Let's go to the priority rules.
Alright, we're gonna take a little break. So go drink some water, go do something, have fun, be right back. Hydration check. Gonna die. I'm gonna die. How are y'all doing today? Oh man, that was rough. That water was hard. We getting back into it. Do you guys wanna? Okay, listen. I have a deck of cards right here. All right. Now, I think this might be a really bad stream idea, but flipping over cards until you get a royal flush, I think the odds are 1 in 600,000 or something like that. So I have to do it about 500,000 times, which probably isn't great. We can do some calcs real quick. 500,000, well, 600,000 divided by 52. I would have to go through the deck about 11,000 times on average, and then divide that by how many times, or multiply that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, okay. 240. 43, 42, 41, 40. Stop the clock. 240 to 209. How long was that? 240 to 209 would be 31 seconds. So 31 seconds times 11,538. So 30 seconds will be 346,000 seconds on average. Divide that by 60 seconds is that many minutes. Divide that by 60 minutes is that many hours. About 96 hours of flipping cards over until you get a royal flush. If that was all you were doing, and you did, I guess you wouldn't take time to shuffle. If you could get like a little shuffle bot, like a little card shuffler, automatic shuffler thing, I think that might work. But the way it is right now, 96, and then we're gonna say how long would it take to shuffle? It's 108 right now. This is what I do in my free time. I take estimates on stream ideas. You have to shuffle like 3 times, right? To get random cards. Alright. And that took me about 15 seconds. So realistically, it would take me about 1 minute. We'll say 15 minutes or 15 seconds of like. Okay, so 600,000. Divided that by the number. That's the number of times I have to shuffle the deck. Divide that by notice how many hands I have to draw. Forgot what I did the first time. But anyways, we're gonna get back to it. I'll see y'all in a minute.
Let's use the northbound as an example. For the priority rules, only the right turn on red vehicle has to yield to the traffic on eastbound approach, right? And the vehicles making a permissive left turn, they have to yield to the oncoming traffic on this lane, on the southbound through lane. Okay, so where should we put the yielding line? So for the right turn traffic, we have to put it on the very beginning of the right turn connector. Why not here? Because if we put it here, even the through moving vehicles has to yield to the through traffic right here. Okay, that's not correct. So, but if we put it here, the through traffic on the northbound approach will not be affected. Select the connector, right click. So you see the yield bar here. We're yielding to the oncoming traffic on this approach. So we right click to place. So we got two inputs here, and the maximum speed here is really high, but it's correct. It's the default number, which means the maximum speed will be considered by the yielding vehicle. Okay, so we just leave this one, and the gap time is the minimum gap time the vehicle will take, which means if the headway on the through traffic is greater than this number, so the yielding vehicle will not yield. If it's within 3 seconds gap time, the vehicle will have to yield. Okay, so that's the minimum gap time. So let's use the default. The minimum headway is also measured from this point. Okay, the minimum gap time is also measured from this point. The minimum headway is also measured from this point. But the minimum headway is in terms of feet. So which means during the feet, the distance between the end point of the minimum headway and the conflict point, there should not be any vehicle within it. Okay, within that part of the distance, so that yielding vehicle will go. Okay, if there is a vehicle or two vehicles within the distance, the yielding behavior will be still yielding there. Okay, so let's use both default number, and as we can see that if you use a larger gap, a larger headway, the vehicle that is yielding there will be more conservative. So click OK. Okay, and for the left turn, we have to create a new one. Okay, if we click the white space, it will end this priority rule. Okay, because it will only happen in this connector, right? Select this one. Okay, and it will yield to this lane, right? So move the cursor to the conflict point. It's right here. So use the default numbers. So you can see for this one, it's yielding to the oncoming traffic. Right here. Okay. So let's move this a little bit backward. Okay, then we finish the northbound. Let's go ahead and finish the remaining of them, okay? Okay, let's double check whether we got all of them. For northbound, yes. Northbound right turn. Right turn here, yes. Okay. The westbound right turn. Yes, we got it. Yeah. Westbound left turn. Yes, got it. Westbound left turn. Southbound left turn. Yes, we got it. Southbound right turn. Yes, we got it. Eastbound left turn. Here we go. East. Right turn. Yes, we have it. Okay, so we got all the priority rules set up. Let's run the simulation to see whether there is any crashes. That's a near miss. If we set up the gap time to a longer number, it will avoid this problem. It's not. You can see they are all yielding here. It's a near miss also, as we are using the default gap time. It tends to be very aggressive. If we use a longer gap time, they will be so conservative. See the yielding behavior here? Okay. Okay. And let's go back to the lab sheet. Next step is add an exclusive turn lane of 150 feet to each approach, and keep the same traffic demand and the proportion of left turn throughs and the right turns on each approach. How to do that? Okay, by looking at here, we got the 2 lanes right here, and we don't have any space in between, which means the median to create the additional dedicated turn lane. So how to do that? We have to move these apart. We're dragging this one to the right, so we're creating another empty space in between as the median. So we'll do the same thing for this one. Okay, so we can create a median here, but you can see all the connectors are messed up. Okay, how to fix that? Let's do this. We can select this one and hold the control key and the right click. Okay, so there is one that's called recalculate the spline. Okay, so we click this one. So this one's good. Let's find out this one. This one's a really rough shape. We'll do the same thing. You can see it's fixed. Let's fix the remaining of them. So this one is not right, so we can move the endpoint here and then recalculate this spline. So this one the same thing. Every time we just make sure the endpoint is at the right place. Okay, so as we are now adding a exclusive turning, do we need this one? No, right? We don't need this one because the turn will be made from the exclusive turning, not the through lane. So we can delete all of this by hitting the delete key on your keyboard. Yet will break the priority rule, but we will delete it anyway. Okay, so we'll delete all of these. Just keep the right turn. It will also break the routing decisions. We will be fixing that later, okay? But right now, we don't have the right turn connectors, but we are now building the dedicated left turn lanes. So we click the links and then go to the starting point of the northbound left turn lane. It's right here, let's say. Then we create a new turn lane. Okay, so only one lane, 12 feet, urban. Click OK. We may need to move it a little bit to the middle and make sure the end will not exceed through this stop bar. Okay. Make sure the direction is correct. It's from south to the north, and we'll create a connector to link these two links together. And make sure this is linking to this one. Okay. Add 6 splines here. Click OK. Then they are connected. You can see that. Move the endpoint to the top of it. Okay, here we go. So let's continue to create the remaining of them. So we got all of them created. That new turning will impact the vehicle inputs? I don't think so, it's still there, right? Or the vehicle inputs are still there. Would that impact the routing decision? Yes, for sure, because the routing decision was from through lane and make the turn from the through lane also, okay? Especially for left turn, but it's not broken. So let's go back to the routing decision, vehicle routes, and double check everything is correct. The routing decisions are right here. We got 4 of them. Select the first one, got through, got the right turn, but the left turn is messed up. So we should drag this endpoint a little bit. Okay, then we fix it. The second one, through, right turn, left turn. So we'll drag this a little bit, fix that one. For the third one, through, right, left, fix this also. Fourth one, through, right, left. Okay, I think we have fixed all of them. Okay, the proportion is still there. Let's save it. I would like for you to configure it and update it. 4-phase design. Look at here, you have exclusive left turns or protected left turns, and you have permissive left turns also. Okay, it's protected and permitted phasing. So you got 4 phases, and I want you guys to do that. You can pause the video to think about that. Okay, I think you have already done that, but I would like to share with you for those students who have no idea about that. And in this case, how many phases do we have? We got 4 phases. Got 4 phases here. How many NEMA phases is included? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 NEMA phases included. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new traffic controller. Vehicle routes, and double check everything is correct. The routing decisions are right here. We got 4 of them. Select the first one, got through, got the right turn, but the left turn is messed up. So we should drag this endpoint a little bit. Okay, then we fix it. The second one, through, right turn, left turn. So we'll drag this a little bit, fix that one. For the third one, through, right, left, fix this also. Fourth one, through, right, left. Okay, I think we have fixed all of them. Okay, proportion is still there. Let's save it. I would like for you to
Alright. Y'all still doing okay? Hi, Becky. Hello. Becky is on her bed now. I cleaned my room. Kinda. A little bit. I hope y'all are having a good day. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave us a follow or subscribe or whatever you want to do. I would really appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. So thank you in advance. We might play. Okay. Oh, okay. I was thinking about if we were to do this stream where we flip over cards until we get to a royal flush. How long would that take? How long would that take? I think it would take. We need. It's 1 in 600,000 is the odds, right? So, is the odds of getting a hand that is a royal flush. So there's only 4 unique hands of a royal flush in a deck. One for each suit. That divided by the number of unique hands gets you about 400,000. So let me look it up. Poker and odds. I already had this open earlier. Getting a royal flush is 1 in 650,000. So we'll do that instead. I can make how many hands? Where's my jokers at? It depends on how many times I can make, how many hands I can make with one deck of cards. I can make 10 hands in 60 seconds. And shuffle, and have about 15 seconds for like resetting, I think, or not doing poker. So I think it would be 60 seconds. 10 divided by 60 seconds. 10 units per 60 seconds. 600,000. Divided by 10 units times 60 seconds. 600,000 hands, 650,000 hands divided by 10 hands per 60 seconds times 60 seconds. And I get, what is that? 3,900,000 seconds divided by 60 divided by 60 minutes in an hour. So 1,883 hours is all it needs. I only need to draw hands non-stop for 1,000 hours ish, unless I get lucky. So here we go. 40 seconds on the clock. I have enough time to do a couple of hands. So I already shuffled. The jokers are out. So let's see what kind of hands we get. Oh, but you know what? We could make more than 10 hands every 60 seconds. So if I lay them down like this, and then I lay them down one on top of another, that would be another hand. This is another unique hand. This is another unique hand. This is one. This is one. This is one. Right? Oh, that's kind of cool. 3 in a row. 3 of kind. So how many hands is that? I would make. How many would that be? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 48 hands. Every 60 seconds. I'm gonna get back to work here in 1 second. 650,000 divided by 48 hands times 60 divided by 60 divided by 60. It's about 225 hours, which would knock it up. You cannot see that at all. 225 hours. So that might be a little bit better if I did that instead of $1,000. Oh, I guess it would basically. Another way to do that would be to just subtract 5, because that first 5 would be its own hand, right? 52 minus 5, 51, 50. the other 47 cards would make a unique hand every time. Yeah. Like 200 hours of streaming that until we get a raw flush. It'll be good. It'll be fun.
Figure 8 and updated 4-face design. Look at here, you have exclusive left turns or protected left turns, and you have permissive left turns also. Okay, it's protected and permitted phasing. So you got 4 faces, and I want you guys to do that. You can pause the video to think about that. Okay, I think you have already done that, but I would like to share with you for those students who have no idea about that. In this case, how many faces do we have? You got 4 faces. And 4 faces here. How many NEMA faces is included? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 NEMA faces included. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new traffic controller. Select the signal controller, and we right click, add. Okay, so we call it 4-face controller. Add signal control. And under the signal groups, we need to add 8 signal groups here. Okay, we should put the correct NEMA phasing numbers in the signal groups. So for 1, just northbound left turn. 2, southbound through. 3, eastbound left turn. 4, westbound through. 5, southbound left turn. 6, northbound through. 7, westbound left turn. 8, eastbound through. Okay, we got all of them in the signal group programs. Tell me what is the cycle length.